Hello Aries, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Aries for the month of August. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Go ahead and get a shuffle in for you here, Aries. Now I am using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot, the Rider-Waite Tarot, as well as the Kipper Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below if you'd like to pick them up for yourself. Less than 50% of the people who watch my content are actually subscribed, and so if you do watch my content regularly but you've not yet hit the subscribe button, please do consider doing that. It really helps my channel grow in a big way. All right. Make sure we're all set up and in view here. Bring in the beginning of Leo season here for you, Aries. We're in the thick of summer, so exciting time. But all right, energy on the bottom. You have the Devil. So the Devil is really a card that talks about, I always say that it's a card of our shadows. Like each and every one of us has something that we need to work through in this lifetime. And, this can just highlight that. Now, what's interesting here is I'm very much drawn to these chains that these people are tethered to. And this is really symbolism for feeling trapped, constrained, or confined to a situation. The Devil can come forward when you are trapped in a toxic situation. This comes forward often for relationships, right? Like being in a toxic relationship, but also in a workplace that is toxic, right? Like, have you ever heard of the term golden handcuffs? It's very interesting that that's coming into my mind here for you, Aries, but basically it's this idea that golden handcuffs is this idea that like you are earning a good living, but you're also restricted in your ability to do more. Basically in the area I live, there's like a lot of golden handcuffs, but like, let's just, for an example, if you don't know what I'm talking about, like let's say you're a big YouTuber and you take on a sponsorship. Like that sponsorship deal might come with like really nice money, but it also might limit your ability to say what you want to say, thereby putting you in golden handcuffs. I don't know why this is coming into my mind, other than I'm sure that somebody needs to hear this that's watching. And so I wonder if some of you here are looking for freedom. And maybe even looking for a way out of a situation. Let's talk about this some more. And so in your overall situation, you have the Six of Wands. And the first and foremost, we have some nice Wands energy. We also have you showing up here. A lot of fire energy. Actually, we have Wands and Aries in the corners here. I'm going to talk about this more as we go along, but lots of your energy coming in here, Aries. Six of Wands is a major victory, a major success. It's public recognition. It's doing a good job and exceeding expectations in your career. This person is being celebrated for having won over the challenge and the conflict of the Five of Wands. So what does it mean? Well, it means that maybe recently you've overcome some sort of obstacle, or you've maybe had to successfully mediated a conflict, or maybe you've successfully sort of dealt with someone that was challenging to deal with, or you were maybe even engaged in some type of competition in your life. This is something that could have come in for you recently here. And it's definitely a very good sign to see in the tarot. Now, I'm very drawn to the sort of placements of the cards that you have here, Aries. You have some very interesting placements. If you take a look at this diagonal here, we have Wands in this diagonal. We also have this other diagonal going on here with Wands and the Emperor, which is the sign of Aries. Diagonals in this spread are directions that you are headed or directions that you are going in life. And so they are seen in this case as this is seen as a good situation for you. The corners also is all of the corners in this spread have Wands and Aries energy, right? So there's a lot going on around you right now. There's a lot going on in your world here. And it's almost like maybe some of you have a lot on your plate, but it's nothing that you can't manage. Okay, I think this is a very very good reading. This is an exciting reading. You have a lot on your plate, but I also think that there's maybe some energy management here. At the beginning of the month, you have the Three of Wands, you have the Five of Swords, and you have the Ace of Wands. So I normally start up here, but this Five of Swords, you know, this is about you recently in the past year. I think some of you were maybe needed to defend yourself, or some of you may have had a battle here recently with the Five of Swords. This card can come forward as loss or defeat or challenge, but I think it's more about this like idea that you've successfully, or you're about to successfully triumph over something. This isn't the past column in this reading. This is more like the beginning of the month, but just intuitively, I feel like the Five of Swords is coming in because some of you have successfully surmounted something here with the Five into the Six of Wands, or you're about to in this month. So I definitely like to see that. You have this Three of Wands. There's something that you're gearing up to do here, Aries. The Three of Wands is a card of travel. This is a card of adventure. This is like going on a quest, okay? This is like going on a quest. This is like living your life like you're, you know, like you're an adventurer, right? Like you're an explorer. It's a very exciting card. It's actually also the initial win that builds up into the second win, which is the Six of Wands. So you have the two big wins in the tarot stacked next to each other here in a diagonal formation, actually pointing towards you, Aries, pointing towards you with the Emperor here. So very nice energy for Aries right now, especially at the beginning of the month. And along with that, you have this Ace of Wands, which is really like physically getting started on something. It's the best card to find if you want to start a job, start a side hustle, start a business. It is really truly, or even start a relationship. It would be more like a passionate relationship. It would be maybe like a, like maybe I was thinking like maybe summer fling type energy. You might not be into that though. I'm not really getting a whole lot of love, but if I'm just looking at the definition of the Ace of Wands, it's more like a quick, fiery, exciting type of energy. And especially because it's next to the Queen of Wands, which is somebody who will always have suitors. And so, yeah, just something to consider there. But some people are looking for that, right? Some people are looking for that. So not here to place judgment on that. But definitely feel like this is more about business, career, work, intuitively. In the middle of the month, you have the Four of Swords, you have the Six of Wands, and you have the Queen of Wands. So here's the thing. You know, your energy is all over the board here. It doesn't matter what gender you are. I don't attach gender to my cards, but to get the Queen of Wands and the Emperor, I mean, this is you shining here. And I think for some of you, I think there's something here because it's coming in the subconscious level. This lower row is the subconscious level. It's almost like the energy that I'm trying to describe here. It's like if you write something out, you'll see it happen. It's almost like you have like a magic pen. Like you should absolutely be writing out right now at this period of time in this month. You should be writing out what you want, and because it's almost like the writing is like a good way of like dumping our subconscious thoughts. Especially like if you come in the morning, if you come out of your dream realm, and you just write down your dreams. I do this all the time. You can do it on your phone or you can write it on a physical piece of paper. I've noticed that it works either way. But it's like, this is going to really help you. And I think that this is big for you because it's almost like you could just see it happen, okay? The Queen of Wands is a card that I associate with the law of attraction. The Queen of Wands can attract anyone or anything that they want into their life if they are aligned, if they are authentic. The Queen of Wands must be authentic. And so this is what I'm saying, where some of you may want to connect with your voice, take time to connect with your voice, your inner voice, write it out, write it on paper, like write the game plan out, see where you want to go, see where you want to be, see who you want to be around, like all of these sorts of things at this time, because there could be something big sort of stacking up or aligning here for you. Again, this win potentially coming in towards the middle of the month or sometime here in August. It could be at any time because it's in the middle. This middle card here kind of spills into the rest of the cards. And then this is absolutely resonating with what I was saying previously, which is you can see that this person here is praying. They are taking time to commune. And this is about you taking some moments here to fully align yourself towards an outcome. And I also think that there's this interesting thing, this devil card here on the bottom, where it's like, do some of you need to create an exit strategy? Or do some of you, it's like there are so many different things that are happening in your life here, Aries. It's like, it's an exciting time for you. It's an exciting time for you. And it's almost like there's maybe this borderline sort of feeling, though, that you want more. Like you want more, you want to do more, you want to see more. And it's like, while things are going well, the wins are stacking up, the victories are stacking up here, for some of you may also at the same time feel restricted. Perhaps it's in your relationship. If you are in a relationship, maybe it's like everything's going on here in the work realm is going very well, but then it's like maybe in family or maybe in relationships or something like that, there's like maybe a little bit of binding or a little bit of constriction or something, or restriction or something like that going on. Towards the end of the month, you have the Ten of Wands, you have the Queen of Cups, and you have the Emperor. So the aforementioned Emperor here is very important for you in this reading, being your sign. The Emperor is seen as a good omen in work, in business, in career situations. This person has the energy of success, of leadership, of authority, of structure, of success in the tarot. And it's really making a massively positive diagonal here with the Three of Wands, the Six of Wands, and the Emperor. To me, this suggests that you are headed in the right direction. You are headed in the right direction for yourself here, Aries, in this month. Whatever you're doing, it feels like you should keep doing it. Obviously, take it as it resonates, but it seems like whatever you're doing, you should keep doing it. It's clear, though, to me that there is, while things are going very well, there are also, with this Ten of Wands, there are also burdens that you're carrying here. The Ten of Wands represents hard work. The Ten of Wands is an interesting card because tens represent completions in the tarot. But the thing about the Ten of Wands is it's like there's also more work to do. And so it's like you're completing something and then another cycle starts right away. Or like you're completing something but you have a little bit more to go. And so it can feel like, busy energy. It can feel like, that type of situation where it's like, it's almost like some of you, there might be some energy management, some schedule management, some like workload management, something like this going on for you in this month, those themes playing out. And you have this Queen of Cups with the Four of Swords, definitely, I think, speaking to what I was just speaking to, which is like, it seems like you're blazing so many trails, but there's this also like push for you to maybe also take care of your energy and your health at the same time. Let's go ahead and take a look at these three Kipper cards. Okay, so you have Journey, Unexpected Income, Courthouse. Okay, yeah, that's it. Journey, Unexpected Income, and Courthouse. So it's clear to me here that some of you are doing something right at the workplace, for sure. I also think that some of you, there's this sense of adventure in this reading. There's this sense of adventure that some of you are, great fortune. I wanted to take, it sounded like I needed to take a fourth one when I was reading that, and there it is. Great fortune is the best card to find in this Oracle deck. It's actually not come in very often for the collective recently. So to me, it's very clear that you are blazing trails here. I mean, you're doing something big. I don't know if it's, I think it's work related. My intuition is that this is career or work related in some ways. It's hard for me to say if some of you are entrepreneurs or if some of you work for somebody. I think there could be both camps here, but there's a real gearing up energy. There's a blazing trails energy here. Let's see what else we have. You have the Strength card. You have the Ten of Pentacles. You have the Knight of Pentacles. You have the Sun, Two of Cups, and the King of Cups. Okay, so incredible. I mean, yeah. So the Sun is the best card to find in the tarot from my perspective. The Sun is total power, positivity, success, joy, abundance. It's also, there's a lot of gravity because it's the sun. The planets revolve around the sun, so there's a lot of power and gravity in this card. And it's also about expression. You can see this person here is expressing themselves on the pony. And there is this energy of expression here on the board as well with all the fire. You also have this Strength card, which is the sign of Leo. It's Leo energy. It's a Leo season, right? It's a time to be confident. It's a time to be expressive, to enjoy summer, to get out there, to enjoy yourself, to do all these things. And, you know, along with that, you have this Ten of Pentacles. But by the way, to wrap this sort of first column up, some of you have stood in your power recently, or in this month, and maybe towards the beginning, but at some time in this month, you will stand strong in your power here. And I think that some of you will really speak your truth. The Sun can be a card of truth, and the Strength card can mean you overcoming an obstacle, specifically something that's challenging for you, not necessarily challenging for others, but challenging for you. And I do feel like some of you are just like kind of ready for battle, so to speak, for lack of a better term, and you'll probably win. You have the Ten of Pentacles with the Two of Cups. It's like, it is interesting. Ten of Pentacles, Two of Cups, that would be like building an empire through family, you know, like, you know, I don't know, maybe you're like, there's this whole movement where it's like double income, no kids. I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but like maybe you and your significant other are just like combining incomes, or you're like looking for somebody who's as successful as you, or, maybe you build your empire through the opposite way, which is like you want to have a lot of children, right? I don't know. Actually, the Ten of Pentacles would probably indicate passing money down through to children. You can see the grandfather here and the children, the dogs on the illustration here. And so, yeah, it's like it doesn't matter what scenario you're finding yourself in, but that's like empire energy between the Two of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. So that's very good. And then you have the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Cups. Knight of Pentacles is some type of like result coming your way that you've worked very hard for. It's clear with the Ten of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles that you're working hard towards something. Okay, you're working towards something here that's very important to you. And this King of Cups with the Queen of Cups, it is interesting. There could be, you know, some of you may be strengthening bonds, or some of you may be having a heart-to-heart particularly if you're married, because the Queen of Cups are counterparts. And then you have it here with the Two of Cups, which is two souls in this lifetime that are deeply bonded. So it's sort of like, it's like maybe if you feel restricted, you have this important conversation, and that opens things up for the both of you. Or, you know, maybe some of you might be finding somebody here if you're single, for sure. But overall, probably this is one of the earlier readings I'm doing in the month, but this will probably end up being one of the best readings I've done for August, because it's hard to beat a reading like this. This is incredible. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you, and I will see you in the next reading.